Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. Last time we got our electromagnetic engine production chain up and running. So we should have those. Where were those? Those were here? No. Where did they end up? Here? That's the connectors that we need. I think here. Yeah, there we go. Let me go ahead and turn this on. Building icon, then we can see a little bit more easily. Now, I do notice that my energy is running low, so it looks like we need some coal. Let's go see if there's some extra available over here. Yes, there is. Okay. Let's grab maybe 4 stacks. Set that up in here. There we go. Got a little extra to spare. Now then, we can take the connectors, which are over here, and the electromagnetic engines, and begin automating production of connector V2. So 2 connectors and 1 electromagnetic engine makes 2 Sorter Mark IIs in 1 second. I will also say I found something out. Last time I had a question about the assembler. Now, where do I have an assembler? Here we go. So this recipe, what this is making, should make 1 per second. And so I was curious why this was making 45 per second. And the reason is, let's see. I don't know where it shows it, but I looked this up. Somewhere it's supposed to say... Let me take a look at it in here. Production. Basic assembler. Durability 240 hit points. Production speed. There it is. Production speed 0.75x. So the Mark I assembling machine makes recipes at 0.75 speed, which is why this, I thought, should be making 60 and is only making 45. So if we can unlock the Mark II, presumably the production speed goes up. For now, let's go ahead and figure out how we're going to take goodies off of the Sorter Mark I production line and put them into a production line for Sorter Mark II. So let me think about this. If we get an assembler. Oh, I gotta make some of these. Okay. Now, why can't I produce these? I need to get some stuff going. All right, so let's grab some of these. Let's see, what else do we need? For an assembler, we need iron ingots and gears. Okay. We should be able to figure that out. There's iron ingots over here. Although they're all being used, so there's none in here. Where is there more iron ingots? Where could we get more iron ingots? These are iron ingots, right? So I guess if we travel along the edge here, we should be able to pick some up. From our smelter. Yes, they're over here. Okay. Let's grab some of these. There we go. Well, let's grab like maybe 200 of these. And then what's the other thing we need? Gears. Are we producing gears here? We're producing gears over there. They're then getting loaded into this to make these. I don't know how many of these we have. We've got plenty of those, 600 of those. But there's no overflow here, so why don't we do something like this? Let's come over here real quick, and we'll put a splitter on here. We haven't used this yet. So the splitter is designed to distribute cargo to different conveyor belts or balance out multiple conveyor belts. Filters and in-feed outfeed priority can be set on any port. So here's a splitter. And there's different versions of it. So like you can see here, there's ways that they kind of split. They go higher. What we really need is just 2. So I guess we don't have that. So we'll use one of these. Let's see if we can... okay. So what we'll have to do then, is these are the gears. Let's delete the belt here. Let's put the splitter in place. The one we want. Let's see. We might have to delete this too. Okay. So let's put the splitter in. Like that should be fine.
A splitter. It can split the cargo passing through or manage the cargo on multiple conveyor belts. The splitting speed depends on the conveyor belt speed. Press tab to switch between different patterns. Click on it to set priorities and filters.
Okay. So we need at least 2 coming out of here so that we can get things on and off the belt. Then we need the splitter. Like this. I wonder if it makes more sense to do something like this. And then the splitter. Yeah, this looks good. Somehow I've still got it wrong. So, like that. There we go. Then we put output from here onto the belt. From the belt into... Now, how does this work? Oh, is there an input-output? How does this work? Does it show which way is which? Like if I rotate it that way, no connection. Do I just build this directly into it? Ah, okay. So because it works with belts, that makes sense. And then we'll get another one out of here. From this to here, I think. And then... No, that doesn't work. We can do it like this, though, right? Yikes. Collides with other objects. Okay, let's not do it from this side then. Let's try it from this side. And then we'll need to come to there. I'm not sure if we want it like this. That's a 2 length, right? So that's doing 1.5 items per trip. That's more than what this needs, right? Yeah, okay. That's fine, because this recipe... Well, this recipe uses 2. It's sending in 90, which is exactly what this needs, because it's making 45 recipes per minute. So this should send 90 in per minute. And then we can do another one over here. So, and then we can figure out how to set the priorities, right? So let's get this coming out of here. And then we'll have a storage depot.
Insufficient materials.
Let me make some storage depots. So we'll put this like this. Oh, we don't have foundation. All right, let's put it like, I guess here's fine. Okay.
Replication complete.
And then what? Probably we need one more like this. That looks good. So now how do we set the priority? Conveyor belt Mark 1, path number 32. Path capacity 85. The exact points of the total capacity of the conveyor belt is shown here. Each item on the conveyor belt occupies 10 points. Okay, input priority, output priority. Left click to prioritize outfeed. Oh, I right clicked. So this is prioritized. So as long as this wants stuff, it'll go out that way, I think. And then we could filter it if we want. So then extra, which I guess there shouldn't be any, or I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work, but let's see what happens. So as long as this has priority and the rest goes in here, right? Okay, so now this is slowing down because this is producing 45 per minute. And the recipe produces just 1 gear. So it's producing 45 gears per minute. This thing has a product overflow. Okay, so this would use every gear that's produced, except that it's slowing down somehow for reasons I don't understand. So anyway, we've set the priority, so it should feed this whenever it wants it, and the rest should come in here. And we can take these for now, because that's what we need to make some assembler buildings. All right.
Insufficient materials.
Now we should be able to produce some of these. There we go. Okay. So again, lots of detours to kind of get stuff set up correctly. But now we have some spare gears available over there, and we've learned a little bit about how splitters work. Let's head back over and get production of the Mark II sorters set up. Okay, so let's put an assembler here. I think that's fine. And then we're gonna want to feed in. We're gonna want to feed in the engines and the Mark I depots, right? Okay, so you're gonna be producing Mark II sorters. You require, yeah, Mark I sorters and electromagnetic engines. All right, so let's go ahead and build something like this. I think that might be too close to this one. I'm not sure. So if we take from there, no, that works. Okay. Now this is doing 3 per trip, and this is doing 3 per trip. Good. They're both sorter Mark IIs. And they're 1 grid tile long, so they send 3 items per trip, which is what? 180 max? Actually, here's an interesting question. Transport speed 6 per second. So this conveyor belt can transfer up to 360 items per minute, I guess? I guess that's fine. Now we need these engines. So let's get this set up. Let's keep this nice and tight. Let's go like this, I think. And then we'll do a sorter from here. Oh, it has to actually be built first. But we can do this one. Okay, and then for output, we need a storage depot here, like so, and then a connector, right? So this one is only going to do 1.5, but that would be 90 per minute, and this is only going to produce... Yeah. I don't think it's going to produce that many. We'll check it in a second. Let's get the other input set up over here. That should send the motors over. And this should start producing Mark II connectors for me, I think. Yeah, 45 per minute. The recipe produces 2 of these. So this is producing 90 per minute. And this can handle that, 1.5 per trip per second. Okay. So we now have automated production of these sorters. These Mark II sorters. So we can probably delete this, the Mark 1s, and take a bunch of these. Okay, we got plenty of those now. All right. So what do we want to do next? I guess it's time to look at research. What else could we automate? And actually, how's our power grid doing? Yeah, we've got plenty of grid. Okay. So what do we do next? Let's take a look at what we can build here. So do we want to automate Tesla towers? Not really. Not wind turbines, not thermal power plants. We've already automated conveyor belts. I don't think we need to automate splitters or traffic monitors. I don't know how to use these yet. Depots, maybe. No, we can build those when we need them. This is automated. We don't need to automate that. Arc smelters, assembling machines, matrix labs. I don't think we need any of that. We've automated iron and copper ingots and stone, magnets and magnetic coils, glass, electric motors, gears, circuit boards, and electromagnets. We haven't automated engines, but I don't know what they're used for yet. So I think it's time to go back into research now. We could do research or we could do upgrades. Let's take a look at what's available. Let's pause time for a minute. So in the first row here, we have fluid storage encapsulation. That's the storage tank and the water pump. The storage tank might be nice. We did find some oil somewhere, so it might be time to get into that. Then we have high efficiency plasma control, prism, plasma exciter. The plasma generated by the high power plasma exciter can be used to extract and refine crude oil or create wireless power towers for remote power transmission and charging the mecha. Okay. I don't actually know how we extract crude oil yet. The prism is a polyhedron surrounded by two intersecting glass planes. It splits light or disperses light beams, making it a key component for producing more precise optical instruments. So we have some glass, but we don't need to, I don't know what this is for yet. Then we have the wireless power tower, a remote power transmission facility that can draw electricity from the power grid and charge the mecha. I mean, that could definitely be nice. But do we have a way to... A facility that pumps liquids directly from oceans, including the sulfuric acid ocean. I'm not sure if this would pump oil, or if we need... extract and refine crude oil. So we might need this, and then we'll go look for crude oil. So high efficiency plasma control, let's activate that. And let's make sure our research is helping us out with that. Let's go ahead and select research mode. And why does that say lack of matrix? Research mode. This one's getting matrices, but the other one's not. So how do we get you? No, now it is. Okay. It took it a second to... So the lower one and the upper one are both working on this. Okay, that's good. Now, where was the oil? It was like on the... If we zoom out to planet view... Let's see. It's kind of cool. You can see what you've built and what's available. Okay, so there's plasma control. There's a crude oil seep. And then these guys are over here. They're on the other side of the planet. So where's the nearest crude oil? Oh, man, it's hard to tell. There's one there. It's pretty far from us, but... There's one over here as well. So what we may want to do is set up to like extract it and then zoom it over here somehow towards our kind of main area. Okay, you've mastered the plasma control technology. You can now build a wireless power tower to transmit electricity remotely and charge the mecha. The next step could be to use this technology as a basis for researching the extraction and refining of crude oil. All right, let's go see if we can figure that out. Plasma extract refining. Yes, here we go. How do I activate this? I must need this as well. Yeah, there's two little arrow inputs here. So I think we have to research this and then cue this afterwards. Yeah, there we go. And so we're probably going to need to manually make some plasma exciters, which means we're going to need to manually make some... Well, we can set up the prism to get going because we're not using any of that glass. All right. So where's the glass? Right here. Let's turn that into... Let's turn some of this anyway into prisms. So we're extracting stone. This is probably something we should upgrade here. Let's upgrade this. That becomes a sorter Mark II, as does that. And then as we start pulling things out of here to build the prisms, where do we want to set this up? I guess something like this is okay. And then we can pull out of here and into that. Or out of... Yeah, we're doing a lot of new research. All right. So let's go ahead and build out of this and then over to here. You're going to make prisms. If I can figure out how that works. Yes. 2 glass makes 2 prisms. Okay. Let's connect these up. And then we'll have an output over here for the prisms. So this should make us some prisms. Very nice. Okay. And then we got a lot going on. So these things are made from electromagnets and prisms. Quite a lot of electromagnets and prisms. I don't know how many of these we need. Do we need lots of plasma exciters? Let's see. We would need like 4 for an oil extractor. More for an oil refining facility. So these maybe we can make by hand for now. And then fluid storage we could set up. Well, I don't know if we need that. Let's take this one step at a time. So what's going on over here? Are you guys researching? Yeah, you're researching. It's just a little bit slow. Okay. But it is making progress. All right. Let's hand make... Let's take some of these prisms. And let's hand make some exciters. That's these, right? Yeah, let's make... What did I say we needed? 4? Well, let's make 8 then. Let's get those going. So we'll have those available. And then I guess we... Well, we probably want to stick around until the research is done and make 2 oil extractors. And then we'll, like, travel over there and figure out how are we going to transport it back here to be refined into something useful. Or... Well, hold on. Oil extractor. Oh, we're going to need steel. We don't have steel, so we are going to need steel for that. Steel smelting we have to do. Let's enqueue this. This is going to use iron ingots. Okay. So we're going to need steel. Where do we have spare iron ingots? I don't even know. I don't know if we have any at the moment. If we do, they'd be over here, right? Do we have spare iron ingots, or are they all being used? This is full. It looks like it's not... It looks like we're not using everything. So let's take... We can do this with a... What do we want to do? That's the iron being smelted. I feel like we use another splitter here to set up a priority queue. So let's see about that.
Insufficient materials.
Oh, I gotta make more of these. Okay. All right, now we got a splitter.
Research complete.
That's fine. Okay, that's done. We should be researching something else at the same time. Let's go ahead and go into the splitter. Then come out of the splitter and connect back up. So then we use a connector. Okay, so iron ingots are back on the menu over here. And then we set up a production facility for steel. Oh, you know what we need? We need foundations. How do I research that? Where is that? Was that under logistics? That's high efficiency. Where would there be some kind of platform we could build? Smelting purification combustible unit, semiconductor material, weapon systems. Where would I find jammer tower? Magnetic levitation? Energy matrix. Oh, we need to research this. Yeah, we're almost there now. We can queue that. Basic chemical engineering, plastic, chemical plant, sulfuric acid. I don't think that's what we're looking for. Processor? What is this? That's an integrated circuit. High purity silicon, energetic graphite, silicon ore. Wouldn't there be some... Here we go. What is this? Foundation. This I want. Okay, so after steel, then we need foundation. Okay. Let's enqueue that as well. So now we got a bunch of stuff working. In the meantime, since we don't have foundation yet, let's start making steel if we can figure out how. So let's go ahead and see where can we actually put this. I guess we can put it there. And then you're gonna make steel? Is that something we make in you? Or is that made in an arc smelter? Oh, we haven't actually finished researching it yet. Unlocks steel, can build wind turbine on water. Interesting. Okay, so this is almost done. We got 12 more, 10 more. Okay. Let's figure out how we make this. I think we make it in the assembler, but we might make it in the smelter. The assembler makes more sense, because the smelter makes the iron ingots, and then you assemble the iron ingots into steel, right?
Research complete.
Okay, steel smelting is done. You've mastered the steel smelting technology. It's a more advanced method for smelting iron ingots into steel with superior mechanical properties. So maybe that is done in the arc smelter. Yeah, maybe. All right, let's delete this. Let's put down an arc smelter instead.
Materials.
All right, let's make some arc smelters. Let's put one of these somewhere. I guess we'll have to do it like here. And then can you make steel? You can. Okay. So this recipe requires 3 ingots. We're going to need a power tower here as well. I guess that's fine. That'll work. Let's go ahead and connect this. Like so. And then let's set our priorities. So this port is the priority. Overflow comes over here to make steel. And then the output goes into another depot. Oh, that's definitely the wrong thing. What is that? Oh, that's the storage tank. Okay. Let's go ahead and set up conveyor belt and some connectors. Okay, and now we have steel. All right, so the overflow here goes into steel. I can already tell, like, we're not that far in. This is episode 6. And I keep them around 3/4 of an hour. So we're like, well, maybe I could see. Does it show me time played, game ticks? We're something like 4 hours in. And I can already tell, like, I've done so many things wrong because I didn't know what I was doing, because I didn't have the technology. Like, I almost want to abandon this planet and start over, but there's too much work invested. So probably what we'll do is we'll work on our inventory in a future episode and then, like, shuffle a bunch of, like, resources to another planet and build something that's more sensible. But for now, this is good enough. Let's take some steel. Okay, so we were working on oil, right? We're gonna want to make oil refineries.
Materials.
So we have the plasma exciters, we have the circuit boards, we have the stone bricks, we have the steel. We can produce 2 of these. Perfect. Let's do it. So that's 2 oil refineries. All right. Let's go figure out how this works. Because why not, right?
Replication complete.
What are we researching right now? I guess I need to be... How many of these things do I have left? Did I use all of these? Yeah, this is empty. So we need to switch this over to production for a while. We need to be producing electromagnetic matrices. And then once we've made 114 of them, we can continue working on the... Yeah, I want to know how this works. This will let us... Once we can make these, we'll be able to upgrade our vein, our ore vein, like, efficiency. So now we gotta, like, trek across the planet to wherever the oil is. I'm trying to remember. Where was it? There's one there. That's pretty far. What do we have? Crude oil there. There's one there. One crude oil seep there. So maybe we go... Which one is the closest? Oh, there's one over here that's pretty close. Over... Is that the South Pole and that's the North Pole? So are we didn't land on the pole. We landed on the equator. Okay. I think we want to come over to here. So how do I, like, mark this? I guess we just head in that direction. Oh, we got new tutorials here. The recipe copy operation. Each production facility must be equipped with a recipe, otherwise it can't function. If you want to configure the same recipe or settings for buildings of the same type, you can press... What is that? Left bracket? Copy the production facility. Move your cursor towards the and press blah to paste. Okay. All right. Let's get over this oil seep and figure out how this works. Now, we're not going to have power over here. I may only be able to put one of the 2 extractors that I built down, too. Might not be able to do 2. So let's see. Production, oil refinery. Refined oil and hydrogen are obtained by further refining extracted crude oil. So this just extracts the crude oil. Now, how do I make this work? Crude oil seep. Is there like a... I can't remember. Is there a tutorial? Is there a library or something? Resume, save game. I'm not quite sure how this works. Crude oil seep. Output 3.0223 per second. So wouldn't I put a oh, this is a refinery. Oh, I need an extractor, not a refinery. Crap. I've made a mistake. I definitely did make a mistake. So it would be oil extractor that I need.
Materials.
And now I don't have the steel. Okay, we got to go back. All right. We're going to need to bring power out here anyway. So maybe we can start looking at the range on these wireless power towers.
Materials.
I can make, how many of these can I make? 14? Let's make as many of these as we can while we walk. Okay. So I'm going to need more steel. And then we're going to need to bring the power grid over there and set up the extractors, not the refineries. So I think we probably only need one extractor on that one seep, and then we bring that over here to work on it closer to home. Because like this long travel to go get steel, this is a problem. I probably need to bring the steel over here too. I probably need to bring like all these I should have brought the raw resources over there and then built over there. But I didn't do that, so okay. There's that. Now for mining, we want to make some oil extractors. Let's make one of those. And then we'll head over and get started distributing our new power towers and see how they work. Now these also apparently charge the mech. So like while we're in range of them, we're not burning coal. We're using power from the grid, which would be good. Now it was somewhere over here. I don't remember exactly where. Let me switch to planet view. It's right there. Okay. So we can kind of go... Where is it? It's along this line here from that wind turbine. Okay. So let's try our new wireless power tower. A remote power transmission facility that can draw electricity from the power grid and charge the mecha. So can I use these to extend a chain? Or how does this work?
You've built a wireless power tower for transmitting power over a long range. The exciting part is that it can also draw power from the power grid to charge the mecha.
Okay, so that looks like that's gonna work. It's definitely longer than the Tesla towers. Let's get another one going. Okay.
Replication complete.
We can bring this over here to near the oil seep and place that down, right? And then we need our oil extractor here. Oh, okay. So we've got a collision. Let's destroy this and place the extractor first. All right. It uses focusing plasma to extract crude oil from oil seeps. The extraction speed is dependent on the yield of the oil seep and the level of resource utilization. Not sure about resource utilization. Let's get this placed and then let's power it on. Okay, so that is now produced, that is now extracting oil, I guess. And then, so it's producing quite a bit per minute, but I don't know how to store it now or transport it. What do we do here? Let's see. It can't be, it's got to be some sort of a pipe, right? Let's go look at the tech tree for a minute. So fluid storage came with a storage tank, a larger capacity for containing fluids than a depot. Dismantling a tank will destroy the fluid stored within. Water pump, we don't need. Chemical plant, plastic, sulfuric acid. I'm not sure how we transport this. Like maybe it makes barrels? Like if I don't know, if I throw down something like this, just an ordinary conveyor belt, can I connect this somehow? There's no connector to this. Okay. If I was to place another one of these...
Insufficient materials.
Can I make one more? Let me make one more.
Insufficient materials.
Okay, great. Insufficient materials. But how would I... Product overflow. Not sure about this one. Let's see. I mean, it's definitely extracting the oil.
Insufficient materials.
Can you just hurry up and finish this, please? It's making glass? Yeah, it takes a lot of stuff to make one of these. Oh, there's something back here. There is a what looks like a port back here. Right? So can I build from this? Oh, I can. Hold on. Let's see what this does for me. What is this?
Replication complete.
So it's like blocks of oil. Okay, so that's how we get it out. That answers that. But then what do we do with it? I guess we'll transport it back along the power line for now, and we'll figure out what to do with it later. I mean, that seems like the only thing we can do, so I guess that's what we will do. Let's go along. Oh yeah, I can see as we're moving along the I forget whether latitude or longitude is. I think as we move up the latitude is north south. We're getting different because the longitude goes all the way around the curve, and then the latitude, like, it changes here. So we're going, I guess we're going north. Whatever, it's fine. Let's send this like north along here, I guess. That's a good start. So we're sending blocks of oil, which is strange. I would have thought this would be in a pipe or some sort of fluid-based movement, but it's like a chunk of raw oil, 2 drops in some sort of container. Or it's like frozen or liquefied, or maybe the plasma exciter, you know, does something special to it to turn it into this solid form. I guess. But we're gonna bring this raw material over to our base, and then we'll figure out what to do with it after that. So yeah, I mean, there we go. That is our oil extractor set up. So we've got some oil available now. We can get into more interesting concepts next episode. But yeah, let's keep bringing this. Now, can I build these over the water? It seems like I can. No problem. So we can't build structures on water, but we can build conveyor belts over water. Interesting. And we're getting, well, we're not in here, but if we were in that circle, we'd be getting power from that tower as well. That may be useful in dealing with the threat that's coming next time. Let's see. I think I'm not sure where I want to bring this from here. Let's bring it a little bit closer. Like over to the edge of the wind farm. And I think we'll probably call it there. So we've got a source of raw oil kind of over in near our production lines, which is good. And next time we can play around with the refiner and working on additional technology unlocks. But I think that's a good start. We may end up needing more than that, but who knows? For now, let's switch these over to research. There should be 1 billion of these things. And then when we come back next time, we'll be working on this. Yeah. How many did we make? 400 and change? Okay, that's more than enough to finish the research on the energy matrix here. So yeah, that feels like a good place to stop. We did a bunch of research. We got our connector Mark II and our steel set up. Let's get maybe a few more of these. So we have 200. There we go. And yeah, we got the connector Mark II, we got the steel, we got a bunch of technologies researched, and we set ourselves up to extract oil from the ground. So I feel like that's a pretty good place to take a break. When we come back next time, this will finish and we'll play around with whatever the red cube is, as well as figuring out what we're going to do with our new source of crude oil. But that's going to be it for this time. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Always looking for more tips and tricks. It does look like next episode we're also going to have to deal with another threat, another swarm. So yeah, hopefully we're ready for that. I think we are. I don't think it's going to be too overwhelming, but we might have to focus on upgrading our weapons rather than playing around with too much crude oil and stuff. Soonish. I guess that's how I'd put it. All right, we'll stop here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.